on one hand, one small hand, yes, I saw Kenny Pickett play last year. On the other small hand, I saw Russell Wilson play last year. This is more mediocrity. Russell Wilson is a rental, and even if you like him, even if you like Russell Wilson, and you think that this is a good move, it still is akin to having a one-bedroom apartment and you rent out an Airbnb, a fancy one, for the weekend. You still have to go back to the apartment at some point. Russell Wilson doesn't solve anything long-term. I'm shook by it. And the bottom line is, Hench, I just don't think Russell Wilson's very good at this point.
Like, this is so insane when you look at the Steelers roster and you look at how many superior quarterbacks there are, including Justin Fields, frankly, that this is what they're going into the season with, obviously it doesn't mean anything if you go, this is a championship roster, except for the quarterback. The except for the quarterback part means it's not a championship roster. But wow, I think I had the same reaction you had to Russell Hustle Bustle arriving in the Steel City. Oh, what a bad culture fit too. Exactly the opposite culture of the Steelers. But Spaghetti is jealous.
I've been through this with my current quarterback. Actually, Hench has too, with Mac Jones, and I have with Daniel Jones. And at least my quarterback won a road playoff game behind a vastly worse offensive line than what you have, and you could even argue worse weapons than when you have in Steeltown. Look, Kenny Pickett's bad. Like, just stop with this whole thing of, like, he'll move along, he'll progress, he'll get better. He is never going to be a good NFL quarterback. You can say what you want about Russell Wilson's age and his attitude in the locker room and his play has declined. Still a better pure passer player than what Kenny Pickett is. And I think for the price and getting a guy that you're behind this good offensive line with a good ground game, you have good weapons and a great defense, and your floor is a 500 record, and like basically at your worst, you're going to still sniff the playoffs. For you guys, there's no risk. And I just think with how bad Denver was, like, there's a reason they traded Judy. Like, Cortland Sutton never became what we thought he could. Javonte Williams have really recovered from that injury. Like, they have a lot of, and him and Sean Payton just never saw eye to eye. So part of me just thinks that this move is no risk.
Because Sean Payton's not 5'8". That's why they never saw eye to eye.
To me, that was the sweet spot. 33-ish million over the next 2 years for Kenny Pickett and Justin Fields is the solution. One of those two guys would rise up and probably give you enough. Not maybe probably is too optimistic, but there's a chance. In Russ, you have this presence of, steeped in playoff success, and he's Russell Wilson and all the reasons that we know about, that does apply some real pressure to Kenny Pickett. But I don't think it's impossible that Kenny Pickett, maybe I'm naive, I don't think it's impossible for Pickett to win the gig under these circumstances. Maybe that's the Steelers' brass's thinking.